When you're talking about cancer, people want to be healed and done with it as of yesterday. They're anxious to be as far away from this scary disease as possible, and often they have inappropriate expectations. So I'm going to go through 5 areas of questions so that you can assess yourself and get a gauge of what to expect with your unique situation. Now, just to be clear, I don't cure cancer. What I focus on is dealing with the root cause drivers behind the cancer. Those are the things that cause the cancer that overwhelm your immune system so much that it wasn't able to do its job of taking out the cancer cells and allowed a tumor to grow. If you want to understand more about this, check out my video, The Magic Bullet Myth. So when we deal with cancer, we want to look at making sure that the terrain that grew the original cancer is dealt with for true health. And keep in mind, it's usually 7 or 8 big things that are off, even if you don't have any symptoms. It's never just one thing. The first obvious thing we want to think about when assessing how long it will take to turn things around is how progressed is your cancer? Are you stage 1? Are you stage 4? Has this metastasized and spread all over your body? Is it known to be aggressive? Now, this may go without saying, but if someone has a more complicated case where the tumor has metastasized and spread to another organ or tissue, that it's going to take longer to, backtrack and get into a healthy place. There's more working against the body than with the body. And so it's going to take a lot more patience, more determination, intentionality, strategy, and consistency. This might seem obvious, but I hear cancer clients all the time with expectations that they can have stage 4 cancer and it should be the same timing as someone with stage 1. It's different working from a root cause perspective. Second, you want to think about how long have you been off. So think back, before your cancer diagnosis. Why did you go in to check on things when they found the cancer? Were there symptoms and conditions going on before that diagnosis? These may be subtle things that you wouldn't even go to a doctor for, or just suspected that you might not have the normal situation. Like maybe you don't digest your food well, have occasional headaches, sometimes get seasonal allergies, maybe have a little PMS. Maybe your hair isn't as thick as it used to be. Maybe foods that you avoid all the time because they just don't feel great for you. There could be a million things like this. These are symptoms that something is off. Not a diagnosis, but your body is saying something to you about them. And I want you to think about how long have things like this been going on? Because likely it's not just everything was absolutely perfect, even if you were super healthy and active and feeling great. There were things going on, and they were little, tiny whispers that your body was telling you something was brewing. So was that a month, a year, a decade, multiple decades? Let me give you an example. I had a client that was in her 60s when she came to me. She had diarrhea quite often. That had been going on for 6 years, she told me. And she just dealt with it, which in and of itself was quite a thing. But when we dug in, she told me that way back in her 20s, she'd gone to a doctor because she thought it was maybe abnormal that she only pooped every 17 days or so. He told her, totally fine, and sent her home. So in my brain, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this has been going on since your 20s. Your gut's been off. And as we dug in, sure enough, there were issues with her gut that whole time. So how long? What is the time span for you specifically? Were you ever told that you were just fine when you went in for some kind of symptom and things were just swept under the mat? How long ago was that? The longer it was, the longer it's going to take on your healing journey. Not that you can't get where you want to go. We got that diarrhea lady's gut all fixed up, along with all the rest of the things going on. But it took longer than she expected because she didn't acknowledge how long this had been going on. Number 3, how intentional are you being? So whether you're doing standard of care or not, have you changed your diet? Do you know if it's helping you? Have you made changes to your life that will improve your health overall? Are you creating a safe space for your healing with boundaries? Are you doing work to heal any emotional trauma that hasn't been dealt with fully? Is your life the same, or have you made changes to prioritize your healing? Are you being intentional about doing things that bring you joy and being with your loved ones in quality time? All questions to evaluate. Number 4, do you know all your root cause drivers? The reasons why you got cancer. Do you know why the cancer's there? Do you have all the smoking guns on the table, so to speak? Do you know your whys? Are you actually implementing protocols that are personalized to you? Check out my video on these 10 root cause drivers if you want to understand them thoroughly. But here's a quick list of them right now. Metabolic balance, mental and emotional well-being, microbiome balance, inflammation and oxidative stress, hormone balance, stress and circadian rhythm, toxin load, immune modulation, angiogenesis and metastasis, and genetics and epigenetics. There are multiple things in each of these buckets that can be going on, and these are the areas that the research shows cause and drive cancer. So, have you been tested to see which of these are issues for you? Now, many of you may be saying, I know that one's an issue, and I suspect this one's an issue, but have you tested, objectively tested all of them to rule things out? Because many of these areas can be a huge problem driving your cancer or blocking your progress without you feeling any symptoms and without you suspecting them. And this is what you want to make sure that you have a handle on, because if you address, 2 or 3 of them, you may make some progress, but you won't necessarily turn things around fully. And I don't think anyone wants recurrences. You won't necessarily get to where you want to go fully until you know everything that's an issue. Meaning you want to get all those smoking guns on the table so you can deal with them completely, thoroughly upfront in order to have the most direct route in terms of healing time, the shortest time. Number 5, how thorough and consistent are you with your protocols and diet? So, especially when we're talking about natural healing methods, oftentimes people get excited about a new supplement or protocol and they do it with enthusiasm and then peter out. Is this you? Do you have a supplement regime? Are you doing it consistently? Or is it kind of hit or miss? How's your diet? Are you abandoning it when there's the slight nod to something special going on? Are you cheating on the side? Are you testing to see if the diet's actually working for you or if it needs some refining? Do you know how to do that? This thoroughness, intentionality, and consistency is critical. And what I see all the time is that people that are diligent with what needs to be done for their body have a much shorter time working through everything. Now, for me, I have found with my clients, if they're focused, it takes about 1 year to work through all of the root cause drivers and bring things back in range so their body can heal itself. But it could be a little more or a little less based on these questions that we've gone through. So really consider these things when you're setting your expectations for what is probable and even possible, to make sure that you're really motivated to get things moving in a way that would align with your goals. Remember, there is hope, and I'm here to help.